So Tom Homan seems like a good person, but these agencies, ICE, and the people countering ICE, they are collusion slash S. They're pretending it's about politics. They're a shell game. They have not been capable of following mandated law since founding black pupils. So the Britain Superior Court has a bunch of people with the name DeMauro that brought up the name Napolitano, and people with the name Cololo, like a Phil Cololo, is also with a cousin that brought up the name Napolitano in their confessions and demonstrations to me. They put fake ties. They lied to the Napolitanos about me too, and they're on all sides of the community center. I only saw Ray Clow and Joe DeMoro at a community center real fast one time. I only know them planting evidences, and I recorded that. You guys hid what I recorded when I was a kid. Oh, anyone from Weathersfield listening to this too, because the police chiefs retired are trying to hide life aggressions. They have roles with 80 Carriage Hill Drive with a Phil Colloa with some sexual and medical offenders of kids, 4 years apart. You better get them the heck on paper. These are people involved with the border states, families, long time, and the border countries, and they come and they share roles next to campuses. They have the audacity to be working with the prisons. A whole bunch of people tied to Johnny Duke, former, they used to call him the dinosaur boxer. He used to be a friend of the guy, a world champion. I forgot his name. But anyway, please get them on paper. New Britain Superior Court has a bunch of people involved with the DeMoro family from Weathersfield and a Kerr family from Weathersfield that lives not far from them. And between their streets is Route 3. All along Route 3, through towns, in conjunctions to it and to that, like the state judicial branch offices. They have predicate acts, federal evidences, crimes with them, identity theft, fraud, slanders. On a mass scale, they have people timed to make both sides of issues and the cases and other in the news at the same time, putting the same sequence shifts. They have World Trade Center predicate acts. Joe DeMoro brought up the name, it repeated the name Keene. There's a Dan Keene, and his family is involved with the World Trade Center, including as a victim of the World Trade Center attack. They have roles with names next to the state judicial branch offices with overt criminal enterprises, private ones. They're not legitimately under investigators associated with the World Trade Center, and with private criminal enterprises originally and still uncharged because there's still collusion slash S with the breach sciences and use slash S of them. There's a Brian Silver and is involved with foreign and domestic medical families. One's named Leahy and Lombardo, putting fake transcripts in databases. Collusion slash S with the state, with Hartford Hospital, with the Weathersfield Community Center on all sides of it through time. Increasingly also as people who brought in the name Napolitano involved. So did Fox News, changing and faking what's recorded. They've been putting fake transcripts. They use wire and mail crime methods, digital crime methods. This breaching method already perfected, using all names on all sides of cases, the news, the interbranch only capable of putting their own little delusions and sequence shifts and collusion slash S with everything that comes before them. In other words, they were raised criminally foreign influence, tactically delusions wrought. A whole bunch of people in the Britain Superior Court, good people kept evil, and then just straight up evil people, like a Christine. They have the name Christine involved. They don't give the whole name too with whiting forensics. Increasingly, there's a Christine Bedard involved with a John Mayano, involved with sequence shifts and predicate acts on my street, for the people on my street involved with him, and people tied to him. He's involved with sequence shifts too. They used to hung around with him before they graduated, and I stayed back for one class with a lady. I never had a personal conversation with her ever. A speech class teacher. She's increasingly involved with people with Washington, D.C., and all along Route 175 from old Weathersfield founding locations and the conjunctions to that, involved with teachers I had behind my back, putting fake things, repeating fake things in databases with the interbranch and foreign. These are a bunch of people involved with World Trade Center predicate acts, with WFSB, Connecticut Channel 3 News. They attached me to fake conversations with themselves and with others about the World Trade Center attack, while I recorded them forcing child abusers of kids, sexual, medical, overt criminal enterprises with the same ones. These are not their legitimate roles with criminal enterprises, with the prosecutors and judges and their family members. Like ones people associated with the name Brian Silver and this Leahy family that faked conversations with me at Harvard Hospital. They're personally involved with the Britain Spare Card and other campuses in their educators putting fake things, predicate acts of facts in databases. They should not have hid from my parents what I recorded when I was a kid. I'm increasingly recording more stuff tied to it. You guys, we get these interbranch on paper, one name in sequence. They put fake transcripts and fake mail. They have mail crime methods, wire crime methods. Then they lie about the readings of statutes. They know that they have criminally foreign influence readings of statutes regarding the legitimacy of what's said online. You need to get them on paper, one name in sequence. Right here is where we can force the quality of fact-keeping nature necessary to liberate a republic that was forced to start abridged, and everyone pretending otherwise. Otherwise, they were sentenced, black pupils. Get them on paper, one name in sequence. We have some black KKK, Confederate flag theme, Latino theme, nutbags, Italian theme with sexual and medical offenders. Let me show how fake they've been putting what they do. In other words, they put fake ties, fake nature ties people, pretend passions and emotions from background and online. They have the Wethersfield Police Facebook page involved with Judge Napolitano's Facebook pages before and after Fox News with identity theft, fraud, slanders. So way worse predicate acts and methods of them. Fear God when you hear them speaking. And they're, we're going to ask Aaron Marte. Aaron Marte looks like a moron. He looks too much like that Joe DeMoro. Get that Joe DeMoro with the Wethersfield Police on paper. One name in sequence, Judge Napolitano. I shouldn't have to beg you all this time. Get them on paper. Get them on paper. Get them on paper now.